Welcome back to the Ask For It podcast. Today, I want to talk a little bit about starting a career in sales. A lot of people talk to me all the time saying, like, how do you get into it? Like, what experience needed? So let's break that down today. So essentially, there's a few different ways to get into sales and different types of sales as well. And honestly, I always tell people you got to start from like the ground up to grab that experience. And so the most entry level sales that you can get to is business development reps or even going like door to door. Me personally, I actually used to do fundraising. I was an event coordinator for Able Sail Kingston, and it was a working student job. So I was still at Queen's University and doing this job on the side as well. And it was an amazing experience. And honestly, is what kind of propelled me into that sales career. I was trying to find items for our fundraiser to raise money for the cause. And it's pretty tough to kind of do that. And I was kind of thrown into it. I had a team, which was awesome. We had an existing donors, but I really wanted to just outperform and kind of showcase how much more I could really bring to the organization. And so we started going door to door to different businesses, talking to people. And that was so scary. The whole skill set of cold talking, cold calling people is something that really takes time, practice, and grit. You have to have a thick skin because going door to door or even just picking up the phone and cold calling somebody who doesn't want to be called and ask for money is difficult in itself. And I think it's really critical in shaping your mindset towards being a really successful salesperson. So I always recommend, like, if you're younger, you're an undergrad, you want to get into sales, try it out even for a summer. Or you can apply to a larger company and apply as a business development representative. And that job essentially is to go find leads, cold call them, and bring them in from outbound. You could also try sales development rep, which is more of the inbound motion, but similar. In some places, use the terms like interchangeably, but I would always say that's kind of the place to start. Then from there, you can really hone in on your skills to kind of take a cold lead and then start to consultatively sell to them. Consultative sales is the way sales is going in today's world, and it's one that I do all my sales training for as well. And the idea behind it is that you want to work with your customer to help co-create that solution. So you want to understand their needs, take time to do discovery. You don't go in and just pitch. And so that way, when you're working with that customer, you're relationship building, and then you're giving them back a solution that is something that they truly need. And you have to drive it with that authenticity. But it takes work and it's a skill set in itself to kind of understand what buttons to push, how to keep your seller relationship while still being a partner to that client. And so as a BDR, you can just watch your account executives or account partners, see what they're doing, observe them, take courses on the side, listen to YouTube videos like this, and just kind of start to practice that skill. And even within cold calling, like, you tend to have scripts and all that, but try and practice, try and change your tone or the way you're talking, or just practicing that active listening. These skills are all extremely transferable as you move up in that ladder. Another great skill is finding leads. And this is something that even as a small business owner, you have to do. But as a salesperson, it doesn't matter where you are in the company, even if you're a higher up salesperson working on an account list that's already given to you, you still have to farm for deals. And so let me explain kind of what that means. So in the beginning of sales, the company will not give you a list of leads. They will give you a territory and say, like, okay, like Michigan or something is your territory. And now you have to go out and use the right tools to find who can this appeal to, this product or service can appeal to, who can be a qualified buyer. And then you start to reach out to them to generate that pipeline. And then once they kind of come in as a cold lead, you'll pass them forward. That's as a BDR or SDR. And then once an account executive, your job is then to position the product and service and get them to a close. But later on in your career, once you get that account executive role, you will be given the leads by a BDR. And so you may think, oh, I don't need that skill set anymore. But you do, because once you're given an account, you still need to look for more opportunities within it. And so that skill of finding leads is so instrumental in just understanding, like, the triggers to look for or to see what makes a qualified buyer versus doesn't. And then that way you're able to hone into that and to help expand the account and create more pipeline for yourself. Because a lot of the times, even when you're in interviews and you're higher up as an account executive or you're 10 years into sales, they're going to ask you, what do you do when your pipeline is diminishing? Or you don't see like a path to your quota? How are you going to fill that gap? And that goes down to lead generation to create more pipeline. And if you can have that skill, you're always going to have a full pipeline, which means you're going to hit your quota. And so those are the type of skills that I would recommend someone starting off in sales to start to practice. And it's never too late to get into sales. It's an amazing career. I'm biased, of course, for saying that because I love sales and I've been in sales pretty much my whole life. But it's a skill set and a career where you can really take control of your own money, your own life, because in the end, you're quota driven, you make commission. And so you should treat your own book of business like your own business. Treat your clients like your clients, even though in the end you do work for a company, but the more you do, the more you will make. So I just find it a very freeing career to have, and you get to talk to so many different types of people and just see so much in this world as well. And so it's a great career. I always recommend it. And that's my tips today for how you can get into the career and then practice skills to becoming higher up in the sales ecosystem. So that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and follow. And until next time, don't forget to keep asking for it. Thank you for listening to Ask For It. If this episode was helpful, I'd love if you subscribed and shared it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're ready for a bit more support, I do offer one-on-one coaching. The link's in the show notes if you want to check that out. Until next time, keep showing up and don't forget to ask for it.